Hello students. So now we are continuing with our supplementary reading chapter. Until now in this chapter we have been saying the story of a scientist and his name is Richard E. Bright. Richard E. Bright was as a child very much interested in trying out new things and also involving himself into new processes every time. When he was small, his mother gave him a book titled The Journey of Monarch X, and Monarch X is the name of or the species of a butterfly. When he started reading about butterflies, he got more interested in that. And at the end of that book, it was written that if anyone is ready to help to find out and to research in the migration of butterflies, should contact Dr. Urquhart. And then Richard E. Bright's mother helped him to contact Dr. Urquhart, and as a result, Ibrahim was able to start his working or start his journey or start his interaction with the butterflies for the first time ever. And what was the task that he began? He started collecting monarch butterflies and other species of butterflies around his place, that is reading, and he used to stick tags on the wings of the butterflies. On the wings of the butterflies, there were tags containing information that whosoever gets hold of this butterfly should contact Dr. Urquhart or send this tag to Dr. Urquhart telling them where they found this butterfly. So this is the process that went on. Let's see what happened further. The butterfly collecting season around reading lasts 6 weeks in late summer. Okay, so reading is a place where Ebright lived, and this place has butterflies around them only for 6 weeks, and that also during late summer. So rest of the year it is not possible to collect butterflies in that much quantity as one can find during late summer for these 6 weeks. So what Ibrahim is going to do? So he is very smart and he finds a solution. If you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. Okay, so if you are thinking that I'm going to catch one butterfly, I'm going to bring it home, going to stick the tag and then flew the butterfly, so this entire process will take time. So the next step for Ibrahim was to raise a flock of butterflies. Can you imagine? This little boy came up with this idea that he is going to raise flock of butterfly, means he is going to nurture and he is going to tame, he is going to put butterflies at his own home. Flock of butterflies means so many butterflies, a group of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle. See what he did? He would catch a female monarch, that is a female monarch butterfly, used to take eggs of that butterfly, and he used to raise those eggs where in the basement of his house. And there is an entire process how butterflies come into existence. See, normally how other animals give birth to their children, like there is a dog which is very small and then it grows up, but then it grows up. But this is not the case for butterflies. For butterflies, you can find first butterflies are in the form of egg. Once they are born, they become what? They become caterpillar. As you can see the word over here, Caterpillar. They turn into a caterpillar. After caterpillar, they are given a different shape, and then they turn into a pupa. Okay, and after that, once they become adult, they become butterfly. So it is not that the egg opens and suddenly the butterfly comes out. No. When it is an egg and after egg it becomes caterpillar, a very small one like insect, and then it turns into pupa, a bigger insect, and later on it gets wings and it turns into a butterfly. So the process of life cycle of butterfly is too long. Then you would take the butterfly's wings and let them go. Tag with what that we have talked about. He would put an adhesive tag in which it will be there would be information about whom to contact when anyone finds this butterfly. For several years his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. This is something we will never be able to believe, but it is true. There were how many butterflies in his basement? Thousands of butterflies, and that also particular species, thousands of monarchs in his butterfly. And these butterflies were at the various stages of development, means some of the butterflies would be in eggs, some of them would be caterpillar, some of them would be pupa, and some of them have turned eventually into butterfly. So this way he has given home to thousands of monarchs in the basement of his house. You can see in this picture different kinds and numbers of butterflies collected in 6 weeks. So this is what he has collected. Gossamer wind, he has collected 8 of them. Wood nymphs and satyrs 2. Brush footed almost 10. Whites and sulfurs 3. Monarch 1. Snout 1. These are the different kinds of butterflies one can get hold of in reading for these 6 weeks. So there is quotation. This is said by Ebright. What is Ebright saying? He is saying, eventually I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. Okay, so slowly and gradually he started losing interest, to collect butterflies like this, raising them in the basement. So slowly and gradually started losing interest in tagging butterflies. Why? It's tedious and there's not much feedback. Tedious means very dull and boring, and there was no feedback means response. Now what is this response? When he used to place a tag on the butterfly and butterflies flew away, he was expecting that someone will catch the butterfly and give me an answer or reply me, but this thing happened very rarely. See, in all the time I did, he laughed. Okay, so he's laughing and he's telling us that all the time I did it means so many years I have been doing this work. Only 2 butterflies I had tagged were recaptured. Just think how disheartening this is. That only 2 butterflies were caught and the information was sent back to him, and he was raising and he was flying thousands of butterflies. So you can imagine the feedback or the response was not much. So, and they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived. Okay, if you think, okay, he has sent a butterfly and that butterfly has reached some other part of America and someone has sent a letter from there, then there is a different story. But where were these butterflies found? These 2 butterflies nearby place only, 75 miles away, that is in around 100 kilometers or 125 kilometers around him. That's it. So he said, I got information about butterflies and they were not far away from 75 miles away from my place. So this thing had become so much tedious that is boring for me, and I was also not getting much feedback. So he started losing interest in collecting, not collecting, actually tagging butterflies. Then in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is. Yes, this is a place where he changed himself completely. So pay proper attention to this part. Then in the 7th grade, he got a hint of what real science is. Okay, he got a hint of, means he got an idea that real science किसे कहते हैं. When he entered a county science fair. County means a district or a region science fair. So in his district there was a science fair. He entered it, means he participated in that science fair and lost. Okay, so we are considering Ebright as a very brilliant scientist, but he is a scientist who lost in a county science fair. He is a scientist who has lost in district science fair. What is he saying? It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something. Okay, he's saying that I was feeling really sad because I was sitting over there and I had not won anything, and other people around me are winning prizes. Sebright said his entry was slides of frog tissues which he showed under a microscope. Okay, so his entry means his experiment. What kind of experiment did he take with himself in the science fair? You all people are aware about the science fair. Okay, and during science fair, what happens? We try different experiments and then we display them to the audience and to the people who come to visit and check and attend our science fair. So in this science fair, what kind of experiment he has brought with him? He got some frog tissues. Okay, so body tissues of frogs, and he kept those frog tissues. And with the help of microscope, he was showing people, see, these are the frog tissues. So this is not much interesting. You just look inside the microscope and you can see the frog tissues. He realized the winners had tried to do real experiments. Okay, one thing he noticed that he was just displaying the frog tissues. He was just showing people, so this is frog tissue, just look at it from the microscope. But those people who won the prize were actually the people who were trying some new experiments, not simply making a neat display. So there is a difference that you just show a display. Like for example, small children make carnivorous cycle, they put animals and they put chart of different planets and then they show, so that becomes display. But if you want to win prizes, you have to show some working models, some real experiments. So he saw very clearly that this needs some real experiment. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard E. Bright was appearing. Okay, so he was a competitive spirit. You will see this at the end of the chapter also. that he had always a spark of entering into competition. He always wanted to win. He always wanted to compete with others. He wanted to participate in competition. There was a competitive spirit inside him, and this is what drives him or pushes him. That is Ebright, and what was coming out of him was a result of this competitive spirit only. What he is saying, I knew that for the next year's fair, I would have to do a real experiment. See, he has not given up. In that county fair, when he did not win, he decided that in the next fair, next year that is going to come, I am going to do some real experiment. The subject I knew most about was the insect work I had been doing in the past several years. Okay, so when you think about, when he would think about what subject or what topic I'm going to do, obviously the one thing is going to come in his mind, and that is insect work. And what in insect, of course, butterflies. So he's saying that the topic on which I know more about is the insect work. Okay, so work on insect, and this is what I have been doing since past several years. So of course he's going to do in that. So he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and back came a stack of suggestions for experiments. Okay, so for such, he wanted some ideas. See, he had this thing in his mind that I'm going to work or do some experiment on the insect. But what experiment? What I'm going to do? So he wrote to Dr. Urku, had helped me. I want to do some real experiment. So what could be my topic, or on what topic I could write? So back came a stack of suggestions. Stack means a pile of suggestions. Means a huge number of suggestions came back from Dr. Urquhart by telling him do experiment on all these things and try to find out the result. Okay, these are real experiments. These are not experiments that we find in our science book and then we copy in our laboratory. Okay, there are here experiments means some questions are there which are unanswered. Okay, some problems are there which do not have solution. So if you are able to find solution to that, or if you are going to find something new on your own, that is called experiment. So he were given so many questions that try to find out this, try to find out this, and do all these kinds of experiments and tell me what is the end result. So he started working on that. Those kept Ebright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in county and international science fairs. Just imagine, he wanted to do some work on insects, and Dr. Urku had sent him so many ideas. When he received those ideas, he started, finding answers to all the questions that were there in the insect world, in the world of butterflies, and started doing experiments. And as a result, what happened? He won so many prizes, from county project prizes, means from district level to the international science fairs. There's so many prizes he has won. With this journey we are going to see now. For his 8th grade project, we have seen when he was in 7th grade, he entered into a county science fair and he lost. Now it is 8th grade, and what is in his project? Ebright tried to find the cause of a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. So what was his experiment? His experiment was to find the cause of a viral disease. Okay, he was finding a viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars. Caterpillars means, I have told you already, before a butterfly turns into a complete butterfly, it is an egg, and from egg it becomes caterpillar. And which caterpillars? Monarch caterpillars. That means baby butterflies, baby monarch caterpillars. So when there are these baby monarch caterpillars, they die every few years. Okay, every few years there are many monarch caterpillars that actually die. Why? Because of some viral disease. And who is spreading this viral disease, or from where this viral disease is coming up? This was the interest of Ebright. Okay, he was trying to find out the cause. What is the cause, or what is the reason behind the viral diseases, and which viral disease that is killing so many monarch caterpillars every year. So Ebright thought that the disease might be carried by a beetle. Beetle is black color small insect, which is not so good looking, of course. So small black color insect. So Ebright thought that this beetle is an insect who is spreading this viral disease, and that's why this viral disease is entering into the body of monarch caterpillars and then they die. So he tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. Okay, this small kid, what is he doing? He is already having butterflies at his home. So he brought beetles also, that insects, and he started raising these beetles and this monarchs together. Okay, he kept both of them together. I didn't get any real results. So what was the result? He was not able to get any result, any outcome out of it, he said. But I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won. Okay, so see, it is not that when you do experiment, there should be some result. No result is also a result. Okay, so there people used to think that beetles are the insect who are bringing viral disease and because of which monarch caterpillars are dying. So Ebrahim thought, chalo, let me take this beetle and let me take monarch caterpillars together and let me see if they grow together, if anything is happening to monarch caterpillars or not. So what was the result? Nothing happened to monarch caterpillars. So he proved that beetles are not responsible for killing these kind of butterflies. So he showed them that this is the experiment that I have been doing and this is what I have done. So they were shocked to see, okay, this boy is raising butterflies and caterpillars together for an experiment. So this time he won. Okay, so he was not winning the last time, but this time he surely won. The next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. Okay, this is something new. Now, next year, he came up with new project. Okay, next year again there was science fair and he came up with new experiment. And what was that experiment? That viceroy butterflies copy monarchs. Okay, viceroy. So two types of butterflies. One is viceroy, another is monarchs that you know very well because Ebright has mentioned it many times. So he's saying that these kinds of butterflies is a viceroy, they copy monarch butterflies. Let's see whether this experiment was successful or not. The theory was that viceroys look like monarchs because monarchs don't taste good to birds. Okay. Viceroy butterfly. No, butterflies are eaten by whom? They are eaten by birds. Birds eat insects. So the theory says that viceroy butterflies try to copy to look like monarch butterflies. Why viceroy butterflies copy monarch butterflies in their look? Because monarch butterflies are not good in taste for birds. Okay, birds do not like eating monarch butterflies, but birds like eating viceroy butterflies. So now if viceroy butterflies turn their shape and try to look like monarch butterflies, what will happen as a result? The birds will not eat viceroy butterflies thinking that they are monarchs. So viceroys on the other hand do taste good to birds. Okay, viceroys are tasty for birds and monarchs are not tasty. So viceroy is saying let me copy myself and turn myself into monarch so that birds would think that it is monarch and will not eat me. So the more they look like monarchs, the less likely they are to become a bird's dinner. Okay, if more and more they try to look like monarch, there are less chances that birds are going to eat them in dinner. So you can see the difference. Okay, how is the monarch butterfly? Monarch butterfly is here at the top, and this is viceroy butterfly at the bottom. So almost the same. You can see the color, but the wings of this butterfly viceroys are much apart than the monarchs. These are monarchs, and these are viceroy butterflies. What was Ebright's project? It was to see whether in fact birds would eat monarchs. So he wanted to see the birds are actually ready to eat monarchs or they are eating viceroy. So he found that a starling is the name of a bird. Starling would not eat ordinary bird food. It will eat all the monarchs it will get. Okay, starling is kind of bird that is not interested in any kind of insect. It is just interested in what? Interested in eating monarchs. It would eat all the monarchs it could get. How many monarchs it gets, it's going to eat it. Ebright said later research by other people showed that viceroys probably do copy the monarchs. Okay, now Ebright also said that later on some researches were done, and in it it was shown that yes, viceroys were copying the monarchs. So this project was placed first in the zoology division and third overall in the county science fair. Okay, so there are divisions over there in science fair. You know, there is an area where most of the experiments of chemistry are kept. There is an area where biology experiments are kept. There are some physics experiments are kept. So there are some divisions. So zoology contains the experiments done on animals and birds and insects and other things. So he won first prize in that zoology division, and in entire county science fair he stood third. So this shows that once he was not able to win, but next year and then again next year he started winning because of his trial of different experiments he was doing in his field. So I guess you are understanding this time, and you are also able to get the hold of the story. We will continue it tomorrow in the next lecture. Till then, go through the entire video again in case you have missed something, and keep preparing.